Hi, my name is Krista Noyes, and today I will be presenting on the product and services portion of Sweet Molly's business plan. There are three products that Sweet Molly's will be focusing on to start, and those are turtles, the main product, and truffles, and also toffee. And turtles are a caramel and nut candy cluster that's been coated in milk chocolate. The truffles, right here, are round confectionaries with chocolate ganache center, and they're coated with chocolate, sometimes nuts or powder icing. And then the third is toffee, and that's a hard candy that's been formed by boiling a sugary syrup at a high temperature. And once it solidifies, it takes on a hard texture, and it's chewy and tacky and sweet. So there are several features and benefits to these products. Really, you can find turtles or toffee or truffles in any corner candy store, but there are several qualities that set Sweet Molly's apart from their competitors. The first of which is quality. Lisa prides herself on a high standard of quality for her products. Each product is handmade, and that's something that large competitors can't claim. Often these major candy companies use large machinery, and human beings never actually touch the product. But Lisa hand dips each product, so this really brings kind of a charm and a homemade feel to each product. Her ingredients are specially selected for quality. Those qualities even more likely to improve now that her business will be relocating. Lisa will use this move to benefit and take advantage of the local farmers so she can purchase her cream and butter locally, and that's going to help Sweet Molly's image and reputation since customers are likely to appreciate locally purchased items. And then the third benefit is the second benefit is price, and that's another quality that Sweet Molly's can provide. The current prices reflect market average, and that will be surprising to consumers considering the quality of Lisa's products is well above average, so that's going to really exceed their expectations. The third quality is the ease of ordering. There will be a website available, so consumers can go onto this website and they can easily order. It will be mobile friendly, and there's really simple click to order functions that's going to save their orders for future purchases. The current stage of development that Sweet Molly's is in is the startup stage. A business plan has just been finalized, and Lisa's looking forward toward legalizing Sweet Molly's as an entity. It will be important as Sweet Molly's enters the next stage, which is growth, that she already has this plan finalized and that she has any monetary resources that she needs solidified. There are a few limitations to her business currently. Those two major limitations are staffing and machinery. Currently, Lisa's the only member of staff who can actually produce the candies. So working 4 days a week, she could produce approximately 200 turtles per week, and that limits the total number of possible orders to around 20. So a big limitation there. Machinery also limits her ability. Currently, she's working with one tempering machine, which can make a 1 pound batch. In order to increase this per batch, she would need to purchase a larger tempering machine, and that tempering machine is used to melt the chocolate to the perfect consistency so that she can dip those candies. So there are also a few liabilities that come along with any food service industry business. Property destruction is a major concern, particularly because Lisa's business is in her home. So in the event of a fire or flood or other natural disaster, Lisa would not only lose her home, but she'd lose her business and all the inventory that goes along with that. Litigation is also a major concern. Particularly with a company within the food industry, there are many hazards that food service workers need to be aware of, whether it be contaminated food or customer service escalations, sanitary conditions, food allergies and warnings. Any slip up in those categories, which would cost the company thousands of dollars that they might not be able to recuperate from. But we can take precautions against these liabilities. Lisa could take out insurance policies. For example, a basic homeowner's insurance can have a rider added to it to add coverage for home-based businesses. It would cost Lisa around $100 a year, but it would offer $2,500 in coverage. For more coverage and protection against legal action, business owners can purchase a business owner's policy, so that might benefit Lisa. For a flat fee, she could be covered in the event of lawsuits and property damage. This would be beneficial when she feels that she will need $10,000 or plus in coverage, so once the business continues to grow. Okay, currently the facilities that she's using are all based out of Lisa's home. She's currently using her home kitchen as the production area. And this is a limitation in a lot of areas. A lot of local governments require there be a separate commercial kitchen used, but in Springfield currently that's not a stipulation, so she can use her current home kitchen. And as she continues to grow, if her capacity exceeds what she can produce in her home kitchen, she can look into renting out a commercial kitchen. Inventory is another area of Lisa's home that will be needed for any of the additional products. So she's going to be storing, her salts and all the additional inventory that's going to be kept in the basement. She has a clean and dry basement, so that will definitely meet industry standards. Lisa has several suppliers that she currently uses and will continue to use. Amazon's our first choice to be the primary supplier of sea salt and glucose. Amazon can offer discounts and products from third-party vendors, which means that the prices are always going to be competitive. Lisa can take advantage of Amazon Prime for free shipping, which would cost around $79 per year, but it means she won't have to pay shipping. She's going to save a lot of money in the long run. Chocovision will be the supplier for chocolate supplies. This company specializes in high quality and exotic chocolates, and we're confident we can expect the best product from them. They're able to offer up to 10-pound packages of bulk chocolate, so that will really meet our needs. Penzeys is a large retail chain that specializes in spices and herbs and seasonings, and Lisa will be purchasing the double-strength vanilla extract from Penzeys. This supplier offers a higher quality product. They're made from exotic vanilla beans, and the double-strength formula will allow for less to be used, so it's a more economical option. And then finally, Sam's Club will be a major source for cream, butter, sugar, walnuts, and pecans. Since a few of these items need to be refrigerated, it's helpful that Sam's Club offers hundreds of retail stores throughout the country, and then there's one conveniently located in Lisa's area. So Lisa has considered adding some additional products as business gets moving. And some of those products would include chocolate-covered Oreos, or fruit-infused chocolates, or exotic chocolates. She also has considered offering chocolate classes, so for members of the community to come in, and she would teach them how these chocolates are made, and that's really a way to get also the name Sweet Molly's out into the community. And all of these additions are going to help increase profitability and Sweet Molly's image. So trademarks, patents, and copyrights. We want to keep Sweet Molly's brand unique and charming, but most importantly, recognizable and distinguishable from our competitors. So to do this, we want to make sure that our logo and our name are not being used by any other merchants. So we'll file an application to trademark through the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and the application will cost $325 plus a one-time $50 processing fee. And then we can really secure that logo and that name to be our own. Copyrights and patents aren't really necessary. Patents are generally reserved for products that are unique in composition and production, and while Sweet Molly's candies are unique in their quality and they are different from their competitors, the quality is really not enough to justify a patent. There are also some government approvals that will be needed. Zoning approval is something that was considered, but it was confirmed that it was not a requirement for home-based internet productions. But we will, however, need to consider, or actually need to apply for an operating license. This will be obtained through the Chamber of Commerce in Springfield. And then last, fire code compliance is required for operation as well. Lisa will be contacting local fire marshals to arrange for the inspection of her home. And the fire marshal is going to check for adequate ventilation, fire extinguishers, emergency exits, and other safety concerns. So once Lisa's home is cleared by the fire marshal, production can begin.